We live in a modern era with a lot of energy. We live in a modern era that I think values getting up early in a really interesting way. And I think David Goggins pops to mind when I think about sleep, and Jocko, these kind of Navy SEAL 4 a.m. risers. I just wanted to acknowledge the cultural stigmas that come along with that idea. Oh, I got so little sleep. Like we really undervalue recovery as it applies to our mental and physical performance. So I wanted to kick us off with that. I know you had a couple questions that we'll get into, more of the brainwave stuff and all that.
Yeah. Something that I've learned recently is that neuroplasticity occurs when we're sleeping or when we're in non-sleep deep rest. So especially for the type of things that we're trying to accomplish and helping clients accomplish their goals, sleep is really fundamental to making those things happen for them.
Yeah, I love you were talking about the Huberman and Matt Walker interview. And I think Matt Walker is the guy that coined the sleep as the Swiss Army knife of health. I've really integrated that into my philosophy and approach to everything. If we're not sleeping well, that's almost always where we start with someone. And like you said, non-sleep deep recovery can also be a piece for that. But if we're not able to drop into those states, it's just so many other symptoms can come from that it's almost like we're chasing ghosts. So often we're just starting with sleep.
I completely agree with that. Sleep is not one pillar of health. It's the foundation that all the other pillars stand on.
Yeah, 100%. So all of you that are out there and you're like, I know we kicked it off with this like getting up at 4 thing. That's totally fine. Just go to bed earlier. And there's other people that look at types of when people go to sleep, and there's the early bird and night owl. There's also I forget the person that had they added a bear into there and some other things, but we all intuitively know. Before I had my daughter, if I could go to bed at 11 p.m. and wake up at 7 a.m., that was my ideal time to go to sleep. That's when I got tired. That's when I would like to wake up. And now that I have a kid, obviously we have different sleep needs. And then when I was younger, I would have liked to just never wake up, it seemed, especially on school days. But so many of us have a rhythm. And I think feeling comfortable to honor that for all of us is really nice, especially if you can do that with your current work or school environment, depending on who's listening to this, is really nice. But if not, it's as long as I think we're starting to value recovery and value sleep. I know with some of the special forces units we've talked to that have started using whoops, they're actually getting competitive about recovery scores now. So it's not just, hey, I ran the mile faster than you, or I lifted more weights than you did. I think, what do they call the strain score was higher. They're also competing on recovery. Things like alcohol, staying up at late at night, drinking lots of caffeine, all that's going to reduce your recovery score. So it's really interesting to see how subtle cultural shifts can happen just by tracking that piece of data.